Welcome back, wrestling fans, marks, smarks, bookers, workers, refs, announcers, timekeepers, managers, valets, and of course, you always got to give love to the boys and girls on the ring crew. I am Matt F. Wallace, and today we are unboxing the 2017 November Pro Wrestling Crate from Pro Wrestling Tees. This is my first time doing this box. If you've been following along, you know that I've been trying out all the wrestling sub boxes out there. I even did a slam crate last Thursday with my wife as a special guest. You can go back and check that out if you want to. But this is my first time doing a pro wrestling crate. If you're interested in getting this box, I will leave all of the information in the description below. As I said, this is done by ProWrestlingTees.com. I like Pro Wrestling Tees is actually a really cool thing. I mean, the concept is really cool. In full disclosure, I haven't vetted Pro Wrestling Tees enough to speak with definitive authority on it, but I love the concept of Pro Wrestling Tees. Pro Wrestling Tees allows pro wrestlers to sell their merch, their T-shirts directly to the audience, and make the majority of money from it. I would hope, I would assume that's what it's all about. Again, I haven't vetted it 100%, but that seems to be the core concept, and I really appreciate that because merch is such an important revenue stream. Has been, is, always will be for professional wrestlers. And traditionally, so many workers get screwed so heavily out of their merch sales by promoters and by companies. And so it's nice that someone has created an outlet for them to do that directly and get that money for themselves. Because pro wrestling is an incredibly hard business to make a living in and to make money at. I know, I retired from pro wrestling 10 years ago, mostly based on that fact alone. So that's a cool thing. Also, Mick Foley, I believe, owns a piece of this box. I don't know if it's Pro Wrestling Tees as a whole, but he definitely has a piece of the box. He's in all the promo and all the ads on the site. I believe if you go to Pro Wrestling Tees right now, you can get 30% off your first Pro Wrestling Crate purchase. So that's a cool thing if you want to check that out. So yeah, as I said, my first time with the box. I'm going to shoot a little bit here. I have my, my trusty little knife here. I don't actually need to use it, because I tried to shoot this video once before. I opened the box and pulled it open, and about 2 minutes into the video, my tripod, the leg snapped off it and the camera collapsed and ruined the whole thing. And I don't edit because I don't have the time. I do everything in one take. So I had to do it all over again. And then the second time I tried to do it, I got 30 seconds into the video, and my phone informed me that the storage was full because I hadn't been deleting any of the videos that I've been posting. So it was my own dumbass fault. So this is the third time I'm doing this, but I'm determined we're gonna do it right. So let's crack open this thing. I'm not gonna gimmick it. I'm not gonna pretend I'm opening it. I'm just gonna pull it open. Once you cut the tape and you get a tripod that works and a phone with enough storage on it, and you open up the box, this is what you're gonna see. And right away on top, we have the spoiler card. But a cool thing that Pro Wrestling Crates does, as you can see, is the top is not the spoiler card. This side is not the spoiler card. The spoiler card is on the back. This is letting you know that on the back of the card, there are spoilers. It's a spoiler alert card, which I think is really smart. So it doesn't spoil anything in the box for you. It lets you know to set this card aside until you've gone through the box. So right away, very impressed with how Pro Wrestling Crates has packaged their box. I think it shows a lot of thought. That's a very, very cool idea. Also, the theme for this month's box is face paint, as you can see there. I'm all about that theme. I was a child of the 80s and the 90s, so my pro wrestling was a heavily face-painted pro wrestling. I'm all about it. I love pro wrest. I love lucha. I love all that, so let's check it out. Right under the spoiler card, you have a little 10% off Pro Wrestling Tees card. Every PW Crate customer gets 10% off at Pro Wrestling Tees. So nice little plug for Pro Wrestling Tees, as you would expect, and a nice little savings for you. That's not a bad thing. So under that, we have our shirt, which I'm going to set aside for a second here. That also reminds me, so Pro Wrestling Crate has a lot of different options for their box, which I'm in favor of. I like when boxes give you different options. They have an original box that starts at $24.95, and that's what this one is. It comes with one shirt, and then they do a tag team, which is $10 more, and that's 2 shirts, and they do a triple threat, which is 3 T-shirts, and that is $10 more than the tag team. So every time you add a shirt, the box steps up $10. I just got the original because I just wanted to see what the box was all about, and also I'm getting more than enough T-shirts with all the other crates I've been getting, so I opted to just do the original. They also do some less costly boxes. They do a cheap heat box, which I believe is like $10, and they do a Midcard box, which is I think is $14.95. So yeah, a lot of options. Whatever your budget is, you can find something at Pro Wrestling Crate to do if you want to get into sub boxes, but you don't have a lot of money. So I appreciate that. That's a good thing. So our first official item in the box, and I've seen them tweeting and Facebooking about this, so this is very cool. It's a micro brawler. This is a Pro Wrestling Crate exclusive. They do these just for the box, and I assume for Pro Wrestling Tees. And this one is of Penta L0M, who you will recognize from Lucha Underground. If you're a hardcore Lucha fan, you'll also know him as Octagon Jr. from AAA, which I followed for many years. That's the back of it. This is really cool. This is a really cool little wrestling figure. It's also, as you can see, it's a licensed Masked Republic product. Masked Republic, who does the Lucha Loot crates that I unbox on this channel, and they also do like all the Lucha merch. So they were definitely a smart choice to go to do the little Penta L0M micro brawlers. I like that. This is a really cool figure. Big fan. I love Lucha Underground. You know, I think Lucha Underground more than anybody has steered successfully into like the downfall of kayfabe. Way better than WWE has, and they're the ones who destroyed kayfabe. WWE's product tends to be very muddled and confused to me, but like Lucha Underground, Penta L0M here, they've done a really good job of like combining cinema with pro wrestling. Again, way better than WWE has, and they're the ones who Vince McMahon's all about. We make movies here, and they don't. They just make shitty versions of pro wrestling. So that's really cool. I can see getting a bunch of these and like lining them up on a shelf. I mean, it's not great alone. If you really got to collect a bunch of these. If you want to make something, if you want to make like a cool display out of them. But that's a cool figure. I dig that. Our next item in the box, we have a Headbangers beanie. You remember the Headbangers. That is WWF Attitude Era face paint right there. Yeah, I dug the Headbangers back in the day. I'll even try this on for you. I don't generally do beanies, but that's a very nice beanie. I look like I'm about to be recruited by like neo-Nazis when I wear. I just have that unfortunate look about me. But that's a cool beanie. I dig that. I dug the Headbangers. A lot of people gave the Headbangers shit and back in the day and said, you know, they weren't like WWF Championship material. I thought they did fine. They were two really great workers. I liked face Headbangers. Heel Headbangers were not good, but what are you gonna do? So that's cool. Our next item is our pin. It's our pin for the month. It's our exclusive Pro Wrestling Crate pin, and this is awesome right here. So you know who that is. That's Demolition, Axe and Smash. For face paint as a theme for the pin for that bot, you can't do much better than Demolition. That is like the height of mainstream pro wrestling face paint right there. You maybe could have done Ultimate Warrior. That's like that's as iconoclast as you could have gone. I really like this. Whoever did the art for this pin, that's great art and a great pin. I like this a lot. That's really cool. Next item, we have a DVD. Pro Wrestling Crate presents face paint. So that is a DVD. Physical media, all about it, because when you download it off Amazon, you don't really own it. So physical media is always good. So this appears to be a compilation DVD, kind of like a mixtape DVD, if anybody even remembers what the hell a mixtape was. So what do you got? You got Jeff Hardy and Jushin Thunder Liger versus Mike Bennett and TK Orion. Northeast Wrestling Rumble in Rockland 2016. Pentagon versus Mr. 450, Mucha Lucha ATL 11. Kevin Sullivan, rare footage from Hawaii. Kevin Sullivan and Mark Lewin versus Bruiser Brody and Superfly 2E highlights. That's old school. Rare Road Warriors promo from Memphis Wrestling. Behind the Paint, Demolition and Animal shoot interview clip. Kamala versus Jerry Lawler highlights from Memphis Wrestling. Kamala shoot interview clip. The Boogeyman invades Northeast Wrestling. I knew the Boogeyman would come up at some point in this box. Casket match. Crazy Steve versus Jeremiah Plunkett. Tried and True Wrestling 0 Hour. So it's basically a compilation of wrestling matches and wrestling clips from wrestlers who incorporate face paint in their gimmicks. And that sounds, I will totally watch this. I love old school stuff, especially. So that's really cool. That's a cool thing. So that is, you know, that's an exclusive original item that they did for this crate in conjunction with the High Spots Wrestling Network. You can see right there, that's also branded on that. So that's cool. That's a very neat thing to do. Next, we have what looks like a poster, and you knew this was going to happen at some point in this box. And more power to it. So we've got We've got a Road Warriors poster, print, an original print. And that is, I saw an artist's name. That's by Bill Main, and it's Legion of Doom, but it's yeah, so it's the WWF version of the Road Warriors, which is fine. I grew up with them too, so that's fine. That's really cool. Again, I feel like Bill Main, if he also did the Demolition pen, because like the art's kind of the same style, and I'm all about it. That's a really cool poster, and I like that it's an original print too. That's something totally something I would hang on my wall. So that's really neat. And we have an envelope at the bottom of the box here. And I'm having trouble getting to. We have a paper envelope. I'm assuming this is going to be an autograph of some kind. Oh yeah, it says, your official wrestling autograph. Again, great job on the packaging, Pro Wrestling Crate. Everything is very well presented here. I like that a lot. And that counts for something. It adds to the experience. So what's our autograph going to be here? Oh, it looks like we have two of them. And again, I knew it was coming. So we've got the Boogeyman, personally signed by the Boogeyman. That's horrifying. My wife is going to hate this. That's cool. And then we have Rosemary from Impact. I love her. I love the weird stuff. So that's really cool. I actually like that better than the Boogeyman autograph. Not that that's not cool, but I mean, it's Boogeyman. What are you gonna... The best thing that ever came out of Boogeyman's career is the story about Jim Cornette slapping Santino Marella in the face when Santino Marella refused to put over the Boogeyman and run from him in the crowd. That's like the highlight of the Boogeyman's career, is that story, and it actually had nothing to do with him. But that's two autographs. That's two really cool autographs that relate to face paint. So that's really neat. I'm gonna stick those back in the envelope. I love that they included like a little envelope for it. Most people just do plastic sleeves, but that's actually, again, that's really cool packaging. That leaves our T-shirt, and it's Pro Wrestling Tees, so let's check it out. Bam! Is it cool? What do you think? Oh, that looks neat. What do we got? Oh, so that is, you will never forget the name. Oh, Goldust. It's a Goldust T-shirt, because you will never forget the name. That is Goldust all day. I'm gonna be honest, man. That doesn't, like, now that I've read the tagline and I get that it's a Goldust T-shirt. That doesn't look like, that's like a really zombified version of Goldust. I actually thought this was Boogeyman when I first looked at the shirt. I thought they'd done a Boogeyman shirt. I love Goldust. I love Dustin Rhodes. So that's your shirt in the original crate there. It's cool. It's a cool shirt. It's cool art. It just, like, I really have to like look at it to get that's Goldust. Like the zombified skull features like really kind of detract from that. I honestly would have preferred a more traditional Goldust if they were gonna do the shirt. But I love that you will never forget the name, and it's a cool shirt. It's just that's where I'm at. All right, so that was your box. That was your 2017 November face paint themed pro wrestling crate. Let's do some quick recap here. Let's go to so we have the spoiler alert. Let's go to the spoiler card. Face paint crate. Take photos or post an unboxing video and tag us at PW Crate. I'll do that. I'll absolutely do that. So we had our Never Forget the Name Dustin Rhodes T-shirt. Oh, and then it lists the shirts you would have gotten if you'd gotten the tag team or triple threat box that come with more shirts. Oh, dude, if you got the tag team plan, you got a Great Muta shirt. Now I'm pissed off I didn't get the tag team plan. That's messed up, dude. And if you have the triple threat plan, you would have got a Papa Shango T-shirt, which also would have been cool. But dude, Muta, I missed out on Muta. You should. I'm kind of upset about that, to be perfectly honest with you. Like I'm the hugest Great Muta mark. I'm really upset about that. I wish they put the Great Muta shirt in the original crate. I'm gonna say that flat out, because there are plenty of items in here to like represent WWE, and I think for a face paint themed box, I would have liked to have seen Pro Res and Japanese wrestling represented, because they had Lucha in here, which was great, and they have like old school Memphis stuff in the DVD, which is great, but everything else was like WWE. It could have definitely used some Japan in the original, and again, I'm just pissed off I didn't get a Great Muta shirt. So anyway, we got the Never Forget the Name Dustin Rhodes T-shirt. We got the Penta L0M Micro Brawler figure. We got our Headbangers Winter Beanie. We've got our High Spots presents the Face Paint Compilation DVD, which is cool. We've got our Demolition Collector's Pen. And then we got our Boogeyman autograph and our Rosemary autograph, which I showed you. And then we got our Legion of Doom art poster, Road Warriors Legion of Doom. And that was your crate. That's really cool. I'm gonna take this off because it's making my head sweat, and I don't wanna skank it up in case I want to give it away to somebody. So yeah, that was good. That was good for face paint. That was really good. I'm disappointed about the Muda thing, and I wish that in the original box they'd done some ProRes, but it's still good. So as you know, we rate boxes in 3 categories. We rate them on exclusivity, which is how exclusive are the items to the box. Is it just a bunch of crap you can get at Hot Topic or off High Spots? We rate it on curation, the items chosen, how they represent the theme, how they relate to each other, how they represent the properties they're chosen to represent, and on value, which is it worth the money that you paid for the box? On curation, it's a thoughtfully curated box, and like I said, I'm very impressed with how they package it. I would give them an 8. I would give them an 8, and I'm really only dinging them because I'm bitter about the Great Muta shirt, honestly. But like that aside, I really do feel, I would have given it a 9, honestly, if it weren't for 2 things. If it weren't for not having anything representing Japanese wrestling in the original box, and also I really do feel like this would be a better shirt with a more traditional kind of gold dust image on it. I don't know if they couldn't do that because of likeness rights or whatever, but that would have been cool. So those are my only 2 really critiques on curation. Is something to represent Japanese wrestling, and I'm not a huge fan of the image they chose for the shirt, even though it's a cool shirt. On exclusivity, I think they did a very good job on that, with the pin and with the figure and the art prints and everything. I'd give them a 9 on exclusivity. I'd give them a solid 9 out of 10 on that. On value, for $24.95, for this box, I definitely give them a 9 on that as well. 9 out of 10 easily. This is a really good. It is empirically a great value for the stuff that you got. There's a lot of cool stuff in this box for $24.95. So yeah, all in all, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with my first pro wrestling crate. I'm bitter about the Great Muta T-shirt because I would have loved a Great Muta T-shirt. That's not their fault. I'm the one who chose the original plan. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this box. It was a good theme. It was well done. Next month's theme is staff favorites. So they're doing staff favorites as a theme for next month's crate for December, their Christmas crate. And yeah, so enjoy this a lot. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of this box and the contents in it, what you thought of the video, what you're thinking of my Matt F. and Wallace Wrestling channel. I am obviously Matt F. and Wallace. And until next time, I think I just heard a bell ring.